Parents of special needs children, it's time for us to speak up and stop Kids for Cash. Kids for Cash is state agencies like SRS and juvenile courts removing children with special needs from their home, even though they're not being abused, but they are receiving government money. Angel and Katrina, we love you deeply. If you think that we gave up on bringing you home, you know me better than that. I don't break my promises. I am just going to try to bring you home a different way, but they won't let me tell you that. So Katrina, if you see this video, which I hope you do, then you know that Mommy and Daddy are still working on bringing you home. And that you need to know, Casey Shepard was not your friend. She lied to the courts. The CASA worker used to work with Jeff, Aunt Sheila's husband. So she knows that Jeff and Sheila cannot have children on their own. So she helped them by lying to the court. Take you away from us. And the only reason you're gone is because the state needs your money. Angel, Katrina, the state needs your money to make their budget. That is so bad, Kansas. And Governor Brownback, shame on you. You promised when you were running for governor. Oh, I keep my promises because I kept to my term limit. Well, you haven't kept to your governor promises yet. You're not protecting the children or families. You haven't brought the new jobs yet. Why not? Businessmen and women do look at how children and families are treated in the state. And most of the children in foster care and taken away from their parents by either custodian or the parents lost their rights was because there were too many lies given in the courts. And these children, their parents never abused them, but yet they're told lies about why their parents can no longer see them. Casey Shepard practiced medicine without a license. She said, I had Munchausen syndrome by proxy because of how much I knew about my children's disease. That's not Munchausen syndrome by proxy. This syndrome is awful. The person poisons their child to make them sick. And the easiest way to find out if the person has it is look at the children's medical records. Angel and Katrina do have mitochondrial myopathy, and so do I. We were diagnosed by doctors at Walter Reed Army Medical Center, and it was a godsend that a German specialist was visiting the day we went for genetics testing again. She was a mitochondrial specialist, and she looked at me and the girls and clinically diagnosed us because muscle biopsies are not accurate, especially if you have a mild form of the disease. Think about it. Angel and Katrina need to wear braces. They've gotten worse since Casey's messed up their medical care. Wouldn't allow them to wear braces, take some of their medication, overdosed Angel, put Angel in the hospital because told the foster mom to ignore her, saying that she was needing to vomit, making fun of her when she said she felt like she was going to throw up and she was carrying around a bowl. Shame on you, Youthville. Shame on you, SRS, for violating our religious rights, saying we can't go to church because it would interfere with them going to school. And then we decided to homeschool them because we found religious curriculum that was Christ-centered. And how can I prove that? Easy. Here is my registration for homeschooling, December 3rd, 2010. Pulled out of public school. But SRS made Hayesville School District throw an IEP meeting, and it states right down here that Katrina was being homeschooled with Life Pack from Alpha Omega, and here is the receipt that I paid for that curriculum. Now, if I wasn't going to teach them homeschooling, why would I pay over $700 for curriculum? And here's another proof that the state violates religious rights. This is Katrina in foster care at a religious camp not approved by her dad or I. We're thrilled that she had fun, but this church that held it teaches things contrary to our religious beliefs. And Casey Shepherd constantly would ridicule us about our religious beliefs, even in front of children. And she bullies doctors and therapists if they will not state that a child's health has significantly improved. We saw it. Angel and Katrina were witness to it at the last muscular dystrophy appointment. And that's when Sheila learned that Dr. Riva is the one that wants Angel and Katrina to sleep for a minimum of 10 hours. And there were 2 reasons why we chose homeschooling. One, could go to church and practice our faith and wouldn't have to worry about them missing out because of them having problems with mitochondrial myopathy, and being able to socialize more with their friends. There are several other reasons, but the main thing for homeschooling was so that we could attend and practice our faith, which we're not allowed to do right now. And I'm terrified to even go to church at this time, because if I do, then I probably won't ever see my children again. And Dr. Lindholm has been abused by the courts and by SRS so badly that I can see why doctors and therapists and that don't want to go into the courts from what we've seen, how they're so badly treated. And the thing is, I sent Kansas Congress and the U.S. Congress about Kids for Cash and what's going on in the United States. And the United States tells other countries, shame on you for mistreating children. Shame on you for mistreating your citizens. But now these countries can come back and say, United States, you're hurting children through Kids for Cash. You're allowing states to abuse the children. It's time that the states and the U.S. Congress stop the agencies and courts from practicing Kids for Cash. It needs to stop now. And Angel and Katrina need to come home now. Dr. Lindholm tried to show the court, but the judge wouldn't look at the medical records or tests, which shows that her last 2 EEGs, which were done while she's in foster care, do not follow the progression that her seizures were doing. And now he is afraid that if she does not come home soon, she will die because of what the state is doing to her. So the state is killing Angelica Owen by ignoring the warnings of the only specialist in Kansas that knows about mitochondrial myopathy. And we will bring them home because we have got so much proof of disability violations and religious rights violations. And we are talking to federal agencies and lawyers on how to do it. But it would be nice if the governor finally would step up and say, stop SRS, stop doing Kids for Cash. Send the children home now. Love you, Angel and Katrina. I can't wait to see you. And I miss you so much.